Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, for the past few lectures, we are dealing with the contribution of thinkers, philosophers, administrators. So, in the earlier lecture, we saw about the Indian philosophies and schools of Indian philosophy. But from this lecture, we are entering into Indian philosophers. So, we'll be dealing that in two or three parts, maybe. So, in this lecture, we'll be dealing with three persons, three philosophers: Buddha, Kautilya, and Thiruvalluvar. So, starting from Buddha. See, as we all know, Gautam Buddha was a religious leader and teacher who lived in ancient India, whose teaching, that is the foundation of Buddhist philosophy, customs, and religion, uh, are still relevant today. See, we should all know that ethics of Buddhism are norms which are devised for man in their life, in their own life, and are not at all enforced. It says that ethics of Buddhism are for its own purpose and it's not forced on anyone. You can use you can follow that if you wanted to, otherwise you need not follow that. That's something the ethics of Buddhism does. See, Pankasila, that is five reference. See, Buddhism invites the Buddhists to adopt the five precepts voluntarily in order to live together in civilized communities with respect and trust. No killing, stealing, no lying, no sexual misconduct, and no intoxicants. No killing in the sense you are not allowed to kill anything, anyone. No. No stealing. You should not steal others' properties. No lying. You should not lie to anyone for your benefit and their benefit too. No sexual misconduct. You should not disturb other persons or women, anyone without their acceptance. No intoxicants. It says that I should not drink wine or alcohol or smoke tobacco. These things are all something which you should avoid. And Pankasila in Buddhism says about all these. Coming on to the next beautiful philosophy of Buddhism. See, there are three essentials for life with Buddhism gives, which is wisdom. Actually, wisdom comes from the right view towards particular thing, and it leads towards the right intention. That is something wisdom says about. See, the right view and intentions eventually guide us towards the ethical conduct, that is Sila, which are right speech, right actions, right livelihood, and right effort. And see, next one is the concentration. See, pointed focus on self activity to have right mindfulness and right concentration. See, when wisdom, ethical conduct, and concentration becomes a way of life, one gains enlightenment according to Buddhism. So, this is very much relevant. Like wisdom, ethical conduct, and concentration are very much linked together, even in the current 21st century. So, Buddha also gave the eightfold path, which means the eight path which everyone should follow in their life. Right view. See, it means the true perception of noble truth. You should look into the truth and look into the truth behind anything and understand. Right speech. See, you should speak consciously and also respect others and never hurt anyone by words. Next one is right intention. See, you should learn or try to or know the difference between right and wrong intention on a situation. Next one is right efforts. See, you should take efforts to adopt the right habits and eventually abandon the wrong habits. Right concentration. See, to reach a higher level of consciousness, one needs to concentrate properly. This can be taken like to get that to get that concentration, to get that knowledge, we have to concentrate properly. Right mindfulness, one should be very much aware of one's own attitude, feelings. Next one is right action. See, one should not criticize others or take actions which might hurt others. Next one is the right livelihood. See, one should not live by harming others or making other people unhappy. No, you should not live like that. That is something Buddha and his eightfold path says about. Next one is he gave about the four noble truths. Sabam dukkam, which means the world is full of suffering. Next one is Dvadesh Nidan. See, desire, ignorance, and attachment are the causes of suffering, and that suffering is present in the entire world. Nirvana, the suffering could only be removed by destroying its cause. It might be ignorance, it might be desire for something, it might be attached to this attachment to something or some products or someone. When you leave that attachment, your suffering can end. Next one is Ashtangika Marga. See, to end that suffering, we must know one right path, that is eightfold path according to Buddhism. These are some philosophies which were given by Buddha during his age. So after this, now we will be moving to Kautilya. See, Kautilya was an Indian teacher, philosopher, economist, jurist, royal advisor who has authored the treatise or the book, the Arthashastra. His certain few philosophies include Yata Raja Tata Praja, which highlights the importance of honesty, efficiency, and accountability of the king. Next one is the concept of Raj Rishi. See, an ideal leader should be made of is a combination of Raja and Rishi. See, like a king Raja, he should be dynamic, active, and should have the decision making capacity. And at the same time, like a Rishi or sage, he should be able to connect the spiritual and higher level of the world by being wise, and should focus on philosophy. See, that person should possess the quality of inviting nature, self restraint and spirit, intellect and intuition, enthusiasm. These all should be present in the concept of Rajrishi. So, however, he gave some ideas about the governance, corruption, etc. Let's look into them. Idea of governance. See, to ensure proper governance, Kautilya argued that it must be done. It can be done only through properly guided public administration, where here the rulers should leave his dislikes and dislikes in the interest of his subjects and should run the government in the responsible and responsive manner. He says that the king should leave his dislikes, that is personal likes and dislikes aside, and work for his own people. That is something which can help in the properly guided public administration. See, Kautilya also sees that in the happiness of his subjects lies the king's happiness, and their welfare is his or her welfare. So what he again emphasizes is the emphasis on good governance. Next one is a ruler who administers justice based on the basis of four principles like righteousness, evidence, history of the case, and the prevalent law at the current time. When a ruler administers justice based on these four principles, he or she can conquer the earth. See, he also presents that citizen-friendly good governance should be present through administrative practices. But he also emphasizes on that ministers and officials should possess the qualities of leadership, accountability, energy, good moral conduct, and proper physical fitness, uh, which who are capable of taking prompt decisions. See, and one more thing which Kautilya added was, if the rulers are responsive, responsible, and accountable for their own actions, the kingdom would be stable. Otherwise, the kingdom would fall into the phase of instability. This is something Kautilya said about governance. Coming on to the next, his views on corruption. See, according to Kautilya, the Chanakya, corruption can be difficult to avoid, as Kautilya said that it is not possible to tell who is corrupt and when they are getting corrupted. No, he has he argues for the strictest punishment in terms of both material punishment and corporal punishment for getting involved in the corruption. See, we should all know that Kautilya was a very much statesman and was involved with the characteristics of the bureaucrats, and that's why he laid down the rules which helped the officials or the kingdom people to prevent the misuse of power. And he also gave four different nidhi, which are Sam Nidhi, Tam Nidhi, Dand, and Bet Nidhi. So, what do all these mean? So, Sam Nidhi is nothing but, see, in a discussion when disagreements arrive and it's not settled, that is the place where the conflicts start, rise, and grow. So, identifying and allowing the disagreements is the main objective of Samnidhi, where it means paying attention to the arguments of adversary and understanding the perspective. So, Dhamnidhi. See, people usually do not work for free. They work for money, incentives, recognition, awards, whatever you can call. See, Chanakya suggests rewarding people efficiently in order to get the work done, and organization should decide to facilitate it by kind or cash depending upon the organization's policy. Next one is Dant Nidhi. See, in every organization, there are some people, in spite of rewards, incentives, uh, they do not come out of lethargy, laziness, etc. And during that phase, the punishment is a very, very stronger option, but it should be used very intelligently, because those punishments should not deteriorate them but should bring out them from the lethargic phase or laziness phase, but it should not deteriorate them at any cost. Next one is Beth Nidhi. See, there are some people where now employee and organizations cannot work together. That is where parting between the employee and the organization was the only option left. See, again, this concept, this Beth Nidhi should be used only when no weapon works. And we are seeing this currently in this 21st century. See, government officers, mostly IAS officers, IPS officers, are often transferred because the government at that place and the employee and the organization cannot work together at that place, and thus they are transferred to some other place for working. This is something Kautilya has argued about and given his philosophies. Coming on to the next, the Thiruvalluvar. See, he was an ancient poet, prominent philosopher in the Tamil region. He composed Tirukkural, which comprises of 1330 couplets, where it holds special place in every household. And as we all know, according to the traditional accounts, it was the work of the last work of the third Sangam period. See, we look into some values from Kural. Truthfulness. See, in this case, what Thiruvalluvar likes to say is, a lie could be considered as a truth if it brings in unquestionable benefits and if that lie is harmless. then you can say that as a truth. Next one is forgiveness. See, retaliation for some mistake committed will only act as a joy for a moment, but patience and forgiveness will bring joy for life. This can be seen from the example of Nelson Mandela, who forgave the apartheid regime of South Africa, citing that the need to heal wounds and build a better nation. He did not punish them, rather, he forgave them, citing that he wanted to build a better nation for the people. Next one is right speech. So, right speech, during this right speech, I also remember one kural which says, தீயினார் சுட்டபின் உள்ளாரும் ஆறாதே நாவினால் சுட்டவடு, which means, see, wounds caused by fire can also be healed, but wounds caused by those words will never be healed. And we all know that because of these words, there are a lot of families which do not speak with each other and always have some problems. That is something which we must take into consideration. Next one is nation state. See, a nation should work on 5 crucial elements for its development, which includes health, economy, defense, harvest, and happiness. These are the things which a nation state must take into consideration on development. Next one is grace, charity. See, according to Tirukkural and Thiruvalluvar, to give to the needy alone is charity, while the rest is investment for a return. Hope you guys found it. Only when you give it to the needy, it is charity, while for others, it is an investment for return. Whom can we suggest here is the charity done by Ratan Tata and the Tata Group, which has showed values of ethical capitalism in the 21st century. Next one is wealth. See, to those who honestly acquired an abundance of riches, the other two, that is virtue and pleasure, are easy things of acquisition. And it can also eliminate the despair of darkness and poverty when the wealth is acquired. See, and I would like to make it clear that this is only for those people who acquired an abundance of riches through proper means. Okay, they could help in eliminate the despair of darkness and poverty. But when you are not acquired that wealth in a proper means, it could eventually go or fly off after few days or few months, few years, whatever. Like the recent scam of Nirav Modi and Vijay Mallya shows their focus on their end of achieving greater wealth, but not on the means of achieving that greater wealth, That is something which we should all focus about, achieving the wealth. So, hope you guys understood today's Indian philosophies on Buddha, Kautilya, and Thiruvalluvar. So, we'll be dealing with the rest of the topics in the upcoming lecture. Do watch the video, comment your doubts, and we'll come back with the next lecture soon. Thank you.